So my name's Lenny Siegel, and I'm one of the founders of the Mountain View Housing Justice Coalition, which grew out of the Mountain View Tenants Coalition. I was mayor of Mountain View in 2018, in the fourth year of my service on the city council. So what happened is on September 24th, the city council voted to do something, and it confirmed it on October 22nd. And basically they passed to prohibit the parking of oversized vehicles in bike lanes and to prohibit the parking of oversized vehicles any time of day on what they call narrow streets, which really aren't just narrow streets. They're most of the streets in Mountain View. So if you look at the overlay of the streets with bike lanes, the so-called narrow streets, and streets that already have restrictions on overnight parking or parking by tall vehicles, there are very few places would be left in Mountain View where people living in motorhomes could park any time of day. Now, the so-called narrow streets ordinance does have exceptions for short-term parking by delivery vehicles, construction vehicles. So it's clearly aimed at people who are living in oversized vehicles, motorhomes.
Where are you going to park? Your vehicle, you have to be able to park somewhere. And yeah, so I mean, if they're going to chase us out of the city, where am I going to go? We're going to go and park someplace safe.
It's devastating. It's devastating to me personally. Had I not contracted cancer and had I been able to move my storage, quickly and gone on my merry way, I probably wouldn't be talking to you and have the opportunity of having learned what I did. But because of my cancer and my disability and my illness, I cannot leave. So yes, it's absolutely devastating to know. In fact, I talked to an officer today, and to know in how many more months from now, I will have absolutely no place to go.
So we are circulating referendum petitions. What a referendum does is it prevents a law from being fully enacted, and puts it to the voters. So we have 30 days between the time that the ordinance was adopted before it becomes law. So if we can collect enough signatures, 10% of Mountain View's registered voters in that time, then the ordinance will not take effect, and they'll have to schedule it for a ballot in 2020. If we're able to submit enough signatures and they get validated, I predict, given the amount of time it takes to count the signatures, I predict that it wouldn't be on the ballot until November, but it could possibly go on the March ballot.
When I first got here, I kind of thought of them and then me, and that I would, go on my merry way. And I'd been so sick for so long, I really didn't know a lot about the homeless or the situation. And since I've been in the RV, now that I'm staying, I got to know all the people that I can that are on my street and everywhere, other places that are homeless. And these people have such compelling stories that it's heartbreaking when you hear it. And they're to no fault of their own. They're really here on the street. I'm scared to death. And I cannot sleep now because I don't know what I'm going to do.